Welcome back, travelers. We're a long way from Brooklyn. This year's vacation should be a true adventure as we travel through the country of Turkey. We were so intrigued after our cruise ship stop in Kuşadası last year, we decided to come back and spend a week. Looking at the map, one can appreciate Turkey's extraordinary geopolitical significance. Bordered by the Mediterranean Sea, Eastern Europe, the former Soviet Union, and the Middle East, it's truly the crossroads of the Eastern and Western worlds. At the northern border of the Fertile Crescent of ancient Mesopotamia, its history dates back to the roots of human civilization. The center of the Christian Byzantine Empire for 1,000 years, and then the Muslim Ottoman Empire for 500 more, modern Turkey bridges two continents, Europe and Asia, and two cultures, secular Western and traditional Muslim. We'll start in Istanbul, former seat of power of emperors and sultans. Then fly out to central Turkey to tour the bizarre landscapes of Cappadocia. On the road to Kahramanmaraş, we'll explore the ruins of forgotten ancient civilizations. Then further south to Urfa, where we'll go back to biblical times. Finally, back to Istanbul for a few days of free time. There's a lot to see, so let's get going.
As you can see, it's very busy here.
Our tour doesn't start until tomorrow, but our hotel's in a great location, so we set out to explore the neighborhood. We took a little stroll through Gulhane Park, where the Turks go to get some greenery and snacks.
I don't know what he's saying, but I can tell what he's selling.
They're simits, Turkey's answer to the bagel. Of course we had to try them. They're sweeter, more intensely sesame, and not as doughy. Also popular, corn, both popped and on the cob. Inside the park, children play on the statue of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, founder of modern-day Turkey. He is revered in Turkey, and it's even illegal to defame his name. Look how lovingly the children touch him. Truly the George Washington of Turkey. His name even means Father of the Turks, given by a grateful parliament after his years of service. Like Washington, he was a military hero, led his country through the War of Independence, and became its first president. A social reformer, he outlawed Muslim Sharia law and established Turkey as a secular Western-style republic. He mandated Western alphabet and attire and elevated compulsory education and women's rights. Nonetheless, we were struck by the fact that men could wear anything they want while women were totally covered. And not just headscarves, trench coats and heavy sweaters despite temperature in the 80s. I think they're carrying this modesty thing a little too far. Passing through the park, we wander down to the waterfront, the Bosphorus.
Take a look at this scene. We are here at the foot of the Galata Bridge that links two sides of Istanbul. The whole first floor is full of restaurants. There are thousands of people here, including Judy. It's a sea of humanity. Street vendors selling food and everything else.
There's no doubt the Turks love their seafood, but these restaurants must be for the tourists because it looks like all the natives are catching their own dinner.
These guys will sell you food off the boat while it's still moving. At least you know it's fresh. Let's go check it out.
Delicious. Only problem was, they didn't fillet the fish, so you had to keep spitting out the bones. Barbarians. Well, at least they gutted them.
More fish boats. These much more ornate. There are more people here than we've seen in one place in a really, really long time.
And as the sun starts to sink, we can see why they call this tributary the Golden Horn. Let's get some rest because we've got a big day tomorrow. It's a new morning in Istanbul. High above the busy city streets, we enjoy a quiet breakfast on our hotel rooftop. In the not-too-distance, we can gaze upon our first destination, Sultan Ahmet Square, flanked by the fabulous Blue Mosque and the venerable Cathedral of the Hagia Sophia. But first, a little history. Don't worry, only a little. Byzantium was settled by the seafaring Greeks around 700 BC. Eventually, it became part of the Roman Empire, led by the Caesars. Around the year 330 AD, Emperor Constantine decided to move the capital of the empire to Byzantium, and he called it New Rome. After his death, it was renamed Constantinople in his honor. His successor split the empire in two to accommodate both of his sons. The western half eventually fell to the barbarian hordes, but the eastern half prospered for another 1,000 years, the period we call the Byzantine era. The Church of Holy Wisdom, Hagia Sophia, was completed in 537 after only 20 years of work under the rule of Emperor Justinian. An architectural wonder, its towering dome set the standard for Byzantine architecture for centuries to come. The Byzantine era ended in 1453 when the Muslim Ottomans finally breached the city walls, sacked it, sold the residents into slavery, and converted all the churches into mosques. Today, the Hagia Sophia is a museum. Let's check it out. The massive central hall is built on such a grand scale it cannot be adequately captured by a camera lens. The Statue of Liberty, minus her base and torch, could fit comfortably under the dome. The walls are covered with beautiful stone slabs, intricately carved moldings, and fabulous mosaics. It's a strange amalgam of Christian iconography and Muslim calligraphy. Judy stands in front of the mihrab, a ceremonial arch found in every mosque that points toward Mecca, so everyone knows in which direction to pray. Ever the contrarian, Judy faces away from Mecca. As we exit the Hagia Sophia, overhead there's a beautifully restored mosaic from the 10th century. On the right, Emperor Constantine presenting New Rome, and on the left, Emperor Justinian presenting the Hagia Sophia. Not sure who the woman with the baby is. From the courtyard, across Sultan Ahmed Square, our next destination, the Sultan's crowning achievement, the Blue Mosque.
Following the tour group, here in the center of Istanbul, there's Judy in front of me. On cobblestone, so sorry that it's a little bumpy here. Approaching the Blue Mosque. You can hear the fountains. Beautiful gardens.
Completed in 1616, after only 7 years of construction, the mosque was a showcase for the Sultan's wealth and power. A normal mosque has 1 minaret, an imperial mosque 4. The Blue Mosque was built with 6 to rival that of Mecca. Sounds like a classic case of minaret envy.
No envy from Mark.
This is fabulous, baby.
Before going into the mosque, Judy puts on a scarf and you've got to take off your shoes. Mine too. Let's go.
Don't think we will have to worry about Judy converting to Islam, as she would never, ever commit to any religion where you couldn't wear shoes. At least they didn't make her go out back to wash her feet.
Inside the Blue Mosque, and it's overwhelming. The scale, the grandeur, the ornate design, amazing.
Next stop on our grand tour, the Grand Bazaar, Istanbul's one-stop shopping headquarters since 1461. It is the oldest shopping mall in the world.
Here we are at the entrance to the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, Turkey. We've been cautioned not to buy anything here because everything is fake and the prices are insane. Just like every other tourist spot we've ever been to. Let's go inside. Just goes on forever, in all directions. Hey baby.
Hey, baby.
Once again, a sea of humanity. And there's more. Hey Judy. See anything you want to buy?
Wow. So many
Arabian dream here.
How does it stack up to King of Prussia?
It's the Islamic version, I guess.
Although the setting was striking and exotic, the merchandise was not. Mile after mile of total tourist trash. Turkish tacky. Well, we didn't buy anything, but we still enjoyed window shopping at the world's oldest indoor mall. I guess that means King of Prussia is the American version of the Grand Bazaar. Wow, we have covered a lot of ground this morning, and it's only midday. Speaking of which, it's time for lunch! For starters, a fresh salad and stuffed grape leaves with green beans. Then, grilled lamb meatballs, rice with pine nuts, and the ubiquitous red and green pepper. The Turks serve peppers with every meal, but overall the food is not overly spicy. Simple but tasty. And now we are ready for more heavy touring. We'll spend the rest of the afternoon at the fabled Topkapi Palace, for centuries home to generations of sultans, caliphs, viziers, pashas, eunuchs, concubines, and of course, beautiful harem girls. Why, here's one now.
Here we are, Topkapi Palace. We are about to gaze upon the wealth of the sultans.
It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining.
Around us there are tourists from all over the world.
Most of them seem to be from Muslim countries, but still, it's a pretty interesting crowd. And it is crowded, but the grounds are so vast it's really not bad. Let's go! The architectural artistry is impressive, but just as fabulous is the Sultan's treasury, amassed over centuries of conquest. The sides of this hexagonal pendant worn by Sultan Ahmet are made of solid emerald and the base pearls. Rubies and emeralds adorn this solid gold Quran cover and bookmark, and there's even a case to keep it all in. This headdress was pinned to the front of the Sultan's turban. Look at the size of those rocks. Here, the famous Topkapi dagger. The handle is made of 3 huge emeralds. This is the Spoonmaker's diamond, a stunning 82 carats. It's the 4th largest diamond in the world. Too bad the photo doesn't do it justice. This collection of enameled miniatures is just too cute for words. But wait, there's more.
During our visit to the Topkapi Palace, we have encountered a number of astonishing relics that I never thought I would see. We started with the sword of the prophet David from the Old Testament. Then we continued on with the rod of the prophet Moses, to be followed by the turban of Joseph and the saucepan of the prophet Abraham. The tour of the relics ended with the beard of the prophet Muhammad and the blood of the prophet. The Topkapi Palace is full of surprises.
Before leaving Topkapi, we paused to take in this awesome view of old Istanbul. It's been a busy and bustling day. Fortunately, our hotel is just beyond the trees. Let's head back for a break before we find a place for dinner. Time for dinner. This place was right down the block from our hotel. It looked clean, busy, and the owner was very charming as he lured us in off the street. The outdoor patio was perfect for a lovely late summer evening. We ordered the house specialty, lamb stew. Little did we know that our meal would also come with a performance.
And here's our meal. Wow. Okay. It's on fire. We've been told that this is the specialty of the house. It's cooked in a clay pot in the oven.
The pot comes from Cappadocia.
Right. Native clay.
When they make the pot, they bury the pot in the earth for a year to give it a special...
Oh, I'm sure that's just a story.
Maybe that's how they do it.
Okay. We're
Yes,
waiting.
in 1,500 yards. This is special in Turkish food. My name Bruce Willis, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. Inside in love meat chicken. Yes. When you dinner, you make 10 or the 25 children, guaranteed. Yes.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh, mamma mia. Yes, in 1,500 yards. Neredesiniz? Şaka sizi bekliyorum ha. Yes. From Anatolia, from Cappadocia, from Bingöl, Elazığ, Muş. From Agri. Yes. Sen devam et. Beni rezil etme.
The cab driver's yelling at
Yes.
him.
Special in Turkish food testi kebab. Because when you dinner, you say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I promise you.
I don't know how long we have to wait for this.
Yes, oh my God, how are you?
Showtime.
1,500 antique is special.
I'm so glad we ordered this.
I know, me too.
Yes. One. When you dinner, inside, in meat, lamb, chicken, when you dinner, you 25 to the 5 children, guaranteed. Yes.
Oh!
Mamma mia! Yeah. Nerede lan bu?
All right.
All right.
Oh, that looks great.
Yes, your dinner you make 5 children guarantee. Special Turkish food. Hola.
Wow. Excuse us while we enjoy our dinner.
Special.
Will you look at this? Tender chunks of lamb with potatoes and onions, crunchy red and green peppers, and celery in a picante sauce, all served fresh and piping hot. This was the best meal we had in Turkey. Time to hit the sack. We're still jet-lagged, and tomorrow we've got an early flight to Cappadocia.